Hello listeners and viewers, welcome to Kaduna State Ministry of Education Radio and TV e-learning program designed for our SS3 and other students staying at home due to the coronavirus pandemic. The present administration under the able leadership of His Excellency, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, is positioned as always to ensure that under his leadership, our students are not left behind in all areas of human endeavors, especially education. Kaduna State is the center of learning. Therefore, we want to ensure that our students excel in their forthcoming examinations and beyond. Students and other learners at home are given this opportunity in order to continue learning, as education is a continuous process. Different subjects will be taught in this program to assist students to perform excellently in the forthcoming Senior School Certificate examination being conducted by NECO and WAEC as soon as schools reopen. Teachers making presentations will always provide their names and phone numbers during each presentation, and they can be contacted for questions, further explanations, and/or clarifications. The following numbers and contacts can also be reached for expression of any concern or observation: 090-865-00545 or 080-383-62072. Our website is www.education.kdsg.gov.ng. Our email education@kdsg.gov.ng or education.kdsg@gmail.com. Our YouTube channel, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Our Twitter handle @Kaduna_MOE. Or our Facebook page, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Stay safe, stay at home, and learn well. Thank you, happy listening, and happy viewing.
Hello learners, welcome to another segment of e-learning of the Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Welcome once again to the geography class. Today, we'll be looking at the topic, mining methods. During the course of the lesson, we'll be looking at the following outline. We'll be defining mining. We'll be looking at ores recovered from mining. Also, the modern mining processes. And then, types of mining techniques. Under types of mining techniques, we'll be looking at types of surface mining techniques and types of subsurface, also known as underground mining techniques. And then lastly, we'll be looking at commonly used mining techniques in Nigeria. So, before we go any further, we'll look at a definition of mining. But before that, if you remember from our last class where we studied resources of Nigeria, we said Nigeria has four main types of resource: the mineral resource, the water resource, the power resource, and the vegetation resource. Our concentration today is on mineral resource. So, what is mining? Mining is the extraction of valuable minerals or other geological materials from the earth, usually from an ore body, lode, vein, seam, reef, or placer deposits. These names or terms are used to define where minerals are stored or how they are stored. So they vary with minerals. That is why we have different names for them. Now, these deposits form a mineralized package that is of economic interest to the miner. As we go further, we'll look at what the economic interest to the miner means. What then are the ores that are recovered from mining? What is it that these miners want to take out of the Earth's crust? We have minerals such as metals, coal, oil, commonly called crude oil, shale, gemstone, limestone, chalk, rock salt, potash, gravel, clay, and so many others. Now, we said mining is required to obtain any material that cannot be grown through agricultural processes or feasibly created artificially in a laboratory. Now, we know that some minerals now are being produced in the lab. For example, diamond. We have the naturally occurring diamond and we have the laboratory produced diamond. Mining, in a wider sense, includes the extraction of any non-renewable resource such as petroleum, natural gas, or even water. You say, how can water be non-renewable, or how is it that we are mining water? When we go further in the class, we will explain that. To continue our lessons, we said mining of stones and metals has been a human activity since prehistoric times, where methods of mining were crude. The methods used to extract these minerals from the ground were crude methods. What was the purpose of mining during that time? Man needed to extract stones for construction purposes or for making weapons. And then the metals, of course, we know how important metals are. We use them for our tools and equipment. So mining has been there. And over time, there have been different methods that has been used. And with the advance in knowledge and technology, improved methods of mining have been employed. In the process of mining minerals, there are processes that have been developed and standardized and are commonly used now. We have 4 mining processes, the first one being prospecting for ore bodies. When you're prospecting for ore bodies, it involves specialists such as geologists. They go to a location where they suspect there will be a mineral. They will check and see if there are signs that the mineral is there, and then they will try to get samples. Now, this involves prospecting. And the second thing that is done is called an analysis of the profit potential of a proposed mine. The sample gotten from prospecting of ores is taken to the lab and tested. These minerals we're looking for, is it actually there? In what quantity? How is it going to be able to make money for us? So these are the 2 things they do in the second steps, which is the analysis of the profit potential of a proposed mine. The third step is the extraction of the desired materials and minerals. This includes the heavy work where machineries and labor is moved to extract these minerals and transport it to industries or to the market. And finally, 4, reclamation of the land after the mine is closed. At the end of every mining process, it is expected that the miners or those that are mineral exploiters will take a process of reclaiming the land so that it can be usable to the human beings within such areas, not just human beings, to the living organisms in that area. So these are the processes that we have in mining. Now, mining techniques, which are the methods that we use to extract minerals from the soils, are divided into 2 main types. They include the surface mining method and the subsurface mining method, which is also called the underground mining method. Let's look at the surface mining method. We said the surface mining is done by removing, that is stripping the surface vegetation, dirt, and if necessary, layers of bedrock in order to reach buried ores. That means you start mining from the surface, the normal ground you see, you strip it off as if you're scraping up. That's why they say stripping. What are the minerals that are mined? What are the methods that are used in surface mining? We have the open pit method and the open cast method. Some textbooks use them interchangeably, while in some textbooks there are slight differences between the two. We also have quarrying, we have strip mining, we have mountaintop removal, and we have landfill mining. For the subsurface or the underground mining method, we said it consists of digging tunnels or shafts into the earth to reach buried ore deposits. The surface mining starts from the surface and goes in, while the subsurface, you just find an entrance and dig into the ground without leaving a visible sign on the outside that you're mining within the crust. We said they are classified by the access shafts used and the extraction method or technique used to reach the mineral deposit. So based on these criteria, we have different types of underground mining. They include drift mining, slope mining, shaft mining, shrinkage slope mining, long wall mining, room and pillar mining, hard rock mining, and drilling methods. So these are the methods or techniques of mining that we have generally. There are more of them, but for our class today, we'll be concentrating on the methods that are commonly used in Nigeria. Now, for the mining methods used in Nigeria, we're going to be concentrating on 4. We have the drilling method, the underground or Adit method, the open cast method, and the quarrying method. Let's look at the drilling method. Said this method is used to mine crude oil, natural gas, and water. And you say, we mine water. Yes, we mine water. How do we mine water? The boreholes we have in our houses and other construction areas where you have human habitation, those boreholes, the method of getting them is called drilling method. What then are the steps or involved in drilling method? So the first step is that a well is sunk to reach the mineral with the aid of a drilling rig. A well is sunk. When we say well, it's not like the normal wells that we have in our house where it is hand dug and then concrete is poured inside so that we can use our baler to get water out. No, it's the same concept but different methods. In the case of a well in drilling, a drilling rig is used. So the second thing is, after the drilling well is sunk, the mineral is then pumped out mechanically or naturally if the pressure within the mineral zone in the soil is high. Maybe during the course of watching some programs on television, particularly NTA or other news channels, you would have seen people trying to get oil from offshore. And then when they pull a long metal out, you see oil gushing out. That is natural method of extracting oil because the pressure in the soil is high. However, over time, the pressure is reduced, therefore the mechanical method is employed. We have a diagram here of a drilling rig. This is actually a small drilling rig. You might have seen this around your area which is used for digging boreholes. So this is an example of a drilling rig. We look at the second method of mining in Nigeria. We have which is called the underground or the Adit mining method. This is used when the mineral ore are deep in the earth. They're found deep in the earth, so you use the underground method. Now, this kind of method is used to mine certain types of minerals. They include metallic minerals like gold, silver, and platinum. We have fossil fuels like coal, which has commonly been mined in Enugu in Nigeria. We have industrial materials like asbestos, potash, diamond, gravel. Say diamond is an industrial material because the drills we use, we have what we call drill bits. There's one they call the diamond bits. It has diamonds on its tips because there's some layer of bedrock that you cannot go through unless you use diamond. So diamond is considered an industrial material. What are the steps involved in the underground mining method? Number one, a tunnel or adit is cut into the coal seam, in the case of coal, to make an entrance into the deposit. So you see a little hill and you see like a little cave entrance into it. That is what we call the adit that has been cut into the ground. Explosives are used to dig out the mineral. Once the adit has been made, the use of explosive, in most cases dynamites, using controlled explosions are used. You use them to dig your tunnel into the ground. You use them to force the minerals to be released from their tight hold in the earth crust, and then extraction is done. The third step is that a light rail car is used to haul the minerals to the surface or into trucks and transported to the consumers. So these are the three steps involved in the mining, underground mining of minerals. We have a diagram showing us what it involves. The one on my far right shows the entrance to the mine. That is the adit we're talking about. And the one very close to me, that is on my right, is showing you the rail cart. This is an example of the rail cart that is used. This rail cart is used to transport both equipment and personnel into the mine, and it is also used to transport the minerals out of the mine. Now, this is what the mine looks like if you have a sectional view of the ground. The area that is black from top to surface, from the surface to the bottom, is where the minerals is located. The vertical lines that are white, parallel vertical lines, are where the equipment are, so that the workers are able to access the mineral in the ground. While the yellow vertical line that goes from top to bottom, it shows how the minerals are being transported out of the mine. So this is all part of the underground mining method. The third mining method we have is the Opencast method. Now, this is an obvious choice for wide area of mineralization exposed or existing close to the surface and continuing to a greater depth. The mineral starts from the surface and it keeps on going down as far as the deposits are available. Minerals that are commonly mined using these methods include iron ore, tin, and columbite. Commonly in Nigeria, this is what has been used in the Jos Plateau for the mining of these minerals. What are the steps involved in the Opencast method? Step 1, explosives are used to remove overburden rocks. Like I said, the explosive commonly used are dynamites in a controlled explosion. They drill a little hole into the ground and plant the dynamite so that it will release the minerals. The second step is a powerful machine called a drag line is used to gather the ore into a heap. The drag line gathers the ore into a heap because it is a mixture of ore and soil or dirt. And then thirdly, a monitor is used to direct a strong jet of water towards. When we say strong jet of water, we're referring to if you are putting to go to the car wash, there's a tool they use to splash water on the car so that it comes out with force. That's an example of a jet of water. So the monitor looks like that, but it is stronger. Number 4, The water washes the soil out through a series of sluice boxes. Now, the water, as it comes through the monitor, comes with force. It is able to wash away the soils from the ore. But because the ore is heavier than the soil gets washed away while the ore remains in the heap. Number 5, the ore sinks to the bottom of the sluice boxes while the water washes away the dirt. And then number 6, the concentrates now formed is sent to the factory. So all this is done on site, on the site of mining of the ore. Once the soil has been washed away, the minerals are packaged and sent to the factory for either processing or for transporting for trade. Now we have pictures to show us what opencast mining looks like. On my far right, you can see them applying the jets of water to separate the dirt from the ore. While very close to me here, you have a picture of an open cast mine. This is what it looks like. They have mined from the bedrock. They're mining deep into the ground. You can see where the surface is. It has some lateritic soils, but going down, you see roads down inside. They have started mining from the surface and getting down into the bedrock. Finally, our final mining technique is the quarrying method. And this one is commonly used. We have a lot of quarrying sites. They're very common. And the reason is because we said the quarrying is an open pit mine in which dimension stone, rock, construction aggregate, riprap, sand, gravel, or slate is excavated from the ground. These are minerals that you can get from quarrying. These are just some of them. We have others, which includes chemical grade limestone, which we use for mining, limestone that we use for cement. We have gypsum, we have kaolin, we have salt, potash, we have china clay, which we use to make our ceramic plates. All these are minerals that are gotten from the quarrying technique of mining. What are the steps involved in quarrying? Number 1, the overburden rock are scraped off with mechanical excavator in order to reach the mineral. Now, because these are earth-based minerals, they are a part of the soil. It's just that they are in deposits that are going to be economically useful. You have to remove the overburden or the rock on the surface so that what you get is at a purer level. The second thing is the mineral is then shattered with explosive and scooped out by the excavators. Shattered and scooped out, and then this is what a quarrying site looks like. On my far right is a site of stone quarry, where you have construction aggregates, you have stones, you have gravel. They go to where you have rock outcrops and they shatter them and they break them into different sizes and sell to those mostly involved in construction work. And on my right, you have a site of quarrying. This looks like what we have on some of the quarrying sites we have, especially in Kaduna here, like across the Yakowa Bridge. It looks exactly like this. You have water collecting in the middle and the rock outcrops in steps. So this is what quarrying looks like in real life. So these are the 4 main methods of mining in Nigeria. Now, before we go, I'd like to give you an assignment. Remember, our concentration has been on the mining methods that we have in Nigeria. Where was our concentration here? And like I said earlier, we had classes on mineral resources of Nigeria, and we needed to know how to extract such mineral resources. I'll be giving you assignments, and the assignment is this. On a sketch map of Nigeria, A, locate and name one area where these minerals are found: coal, limestone, tin, and petroleum. So when you draw the map of Nigeria, you name the states where the minerals are found and you identify the minerals in such location. The B part of our question says, explain how one of these minerals is mined. So you can choose either coal, limestone, tin, and petroleum and tell us the mining methods. I take the question one last time. On a sketch map of Nigeria, A, locate and name one area where these minerals are found: coal, limestone, tin, and petroleum. B, explain how one of these minerals is mined. For further studies, we have the Essential Geography for Senior Secondary Schools by O.A. Iwena, or you can go to Wikipedia. If you don't know how to go to Wikipedia, you can go to the Google search engine and type in your questions. It will direct you to Wikipedia with various answers. You can submit your assignments to me on the number 080-6226-1602. I take the number again, 080-6226-1602. It is easier to reach me through text messages or WhatsApp. But if you prefer, you can make phone calls. I remain your geography teacher, Wezi Jeremiah Akos. Remember, stay home, stay safe. Corona is real. Thank you and see you next time. Bye-bye.